sure to ask a question that I know some of you have already asked me. We know we need 2, 12, 50, 100 Amy Goodmans around the country. What advice could either of you give to those people in this audience and those who see your film? Can we get more of you? How does that happen? Can you give people the sense that it's doable and how to do it?
I see Democracy Now! As a model, not the only program that should be out there. Yes, I want it to be distributed all over the world, and there are millions of people who access it, but look at the people. I mean, what you did, Carl and Tia, and bringing out the voices of people like Jeremy Scahill, who I met over at the Catholic Worker, right? I was interviewing someone else there, and he started mid-sentence about someone we should be interviewing. He said, "Excuse me, sir, what's your name, please?" That's how that relationship started, and it's an ongoing conversation, I think, for the rest of our lives. But look at what Jeremy did. He worked with us for years. Then he co-founded The Intercept. Then he co-founded Dropsite News. Look at Sharif. He came out of the corporate banking world, and somehow someone told him about a job opening. And we do things differently at Democracy. I mean, there are basic requirements, but you're really looking at the fire in someone's eyes. And here was Sharif, who then joined us right before the Iraq War. And big kudos, by the way, to DCTV, Downtown Community Television. Has trained so many thousands of high school students and beyond, and how to tell their own stories, use video equipment. It's so important. That's where we were working. Sharif comes to Democracy Now! The Iraq War is starting. And within weeks, John Alpert, the great Emmy Award-winning and Oscar-nominated filmmaker, drags him off to Iraq to be his translator. That was his initial training. He stayed with us for years. Then the Arab Spring happened, and he went home to Egypt, to Tahrir Square, where he took up residence with Hani Massoud, our videographer, who's the first voice you hear on the show. He says, "There's Trump's envoy for the climate." And then me and Hani, he almost was served on, what do you do, played on the Egyptian basketball team. He was the guy who was chasing me as I was chasing Mr. Wells Griffin. Saying, "Come on, honey, move it, come on." That part was taken out. Pulling the cord to make sure we could document this. But Sharif, Hani, Jeremy, and Nermeen Sheikh. And of course, well, Juan, he's my mentor, with us for 30 years. He was at his other DN for 29 years. I was New York Daily News, whatever. But he's still with us, even as he lives in Chicago. And a team of videographers. Right now, Maria Taracena is over at Delaney Hall in Newark. And you know, well, if you don't know everything up to date, what's happening tomorrow morning, check out democracynow.org or WBAI. Thank God for WBAI 99.5 at 8. Democracynow.org is where you can find all this latest information. And one of the people we're going to be interviewing tomorrow is Julie Cohen, who is also the executive producer of this film. Julie and her husband Paul Barrett wrote for the Wall Street Journal, then worked at NYU. So they've been going scores of times to Delaney Hall to protest. And they just wrote a piece at NJ.com, they live in New Jersey, saying that they're pulling their money out of Citizens Bank because that's what's funding Geo Group. Geo Group, the for-profit prison company that is running Delaney. I think they got $1 billion contract for it. I mean, it's really amazing. CPB is eviscerated, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, CPB. But CBP, that's Customs and Border Protection, it's hard for me to say protection there, is getting billions of dollars. And by the way, who is one of the top ICE people in charge? Former top official of Geo Group. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I mean, the level of corruption in the Trump administration, and I mean, Rick, you're a master of covering these issues, is so critical to expose, not just once or twice. Why we have a daily grassroots global show to affect the discussion every single day, well, at least every single weekday. But the answer is a whole team of people. As we travel the country, we're checking out the DNA in every audience. That's Democracy Now! Alumni. Go off to New York Times OpDocs, come back to Democracy Now! Nicole Salazar, that's where she went. At Al Jazeera, Anjali Kamet was at Reveal and Center for Independent Reporting, now back at Democracy Now! Amazing team of people, and we want this model of listener, viewer, reader support to be a model for organizations all over the world. We need more independent media, not less. And some of the people who are talking about this more and more are the corporate media reporters who are getting sliced and diced. Hundreds just got laid off from the Washington Post and other places. So there is a real need for us to build this independent media network around the world.
Just a word for some of you know I do this thing called Economic Update that comes out every week. I followed Amy. I just copied what I could do in my field of economics, watching her program, seeing what it did for my students over the years, how important it became. I really do think she's saying to you, and I want to say to you, do it. Go find people you can do this sort of work with. It's very, very important in many ways, probably more than ever. And precisely because Amy is so right about the audience, the hunger. We started with very little. We had nothing going. We have 600,000 YouTube followers now. It's an extraordinary
Explain
process.
what it is, Economic Update.
It's a weekly program that offers Amy-type insight into what's going on in the economy. A little snippet, I'll tell you, to support what she said. The people at the top, they do in fact know that the audience for this is huge. That's why it was revealed this last week that the billionaire head of a really bad company called Palantir, a man named Peter Thiel, has moved his entire family to Argentina because he's afraid to stay in the United States. His children are enrolled in Buenos Aires schools. He bought a home in the most elegant neighborhood. You know what they say about those little animals that run away from ships? Amy, tell us if you can, Carl, what it is, as a kind of closing, because we have time constraints, what it is that you want all of these good people who came here tonight to take away. What kind of thought or dream or hope would you want them to have as they leave?
We made this film for precisely the reasons that you're talking about. And to answer that question is, what can we do? Because what Democracy Now! And Amy do is a great example. They're already doing it. And so, despite the fact that, we deal with a lot of dark chapters in at least in the last 30 years in this film, we hope that people come out of here feeling energized and ready to fight, ready to bring the fight, and so we want more and more people to see this film. The film was produced by and is being distributed by a nonprofit organization that is, that is organizing a long-term campaign to run media literacy programs, especially reaching out to young people, and to try and inspire people into this kind of action. And so you all can help us. You're already a part of it. Like Amy said, you've already done a part by buying your ticket here. But also follow us on Instagram. Go to our website if you're interested in scheduling other screenings, or other communities where people want to see it, or you want to see all of the 100 cities where we're playing, or 100 plus cities. So tell others to go. We need that kind of help from you because this is a person by person, brick by brick effort. So that's what I would say.
At stealthestory.org, you can go to it and you can see where your friends and family live and where it's in cinemas. Afterwards, we'll go outside and take pictures with the poster. By the way, the poster was made by Shepard Fairey just a few months ago, which is amazing. He did the Obama Hope poster. And you know, it has at the top, go to where the silence is. But you can just post and tag that, and this is the way grassroots action works. You never achieve democracy. You have to fight for it every single day. And so you being the ambassadors of this film, as the people in Phoenix and Tucson now, in Denver and Boulder and Chicago and Milwaukee, all over California, in New Mexico, Albuquerque, we were just there. In the herds of dogs, Zazu is one of the leading paparazzi, and she's always embarking on new projects to get word out. She is one of the leading news hounds of our day, and particularly appreciates going from cinema to cinema. Because her favorite food is served, which is popcorn. But
Amy will be at the comedy cellar after this if anybody wants to come first.
I just say that you think those little things don't matter, like posting an image and one of them goes viral and you make the enormous difference. This is the answer. I really see the media as a huge kitchen table that stretches across the globe, that we all sit around and debate and discuss the most important issues of the day. War and peace, life and death, and anything less than that is a disservice to the servicemen and women of this country. They can't have these public debates on military bases about whether they're sent to kill or be killed. Anything less than that is a disservice to a democratic society.
Thank you. Before you leave, we need a selfie as we do this
You must have a selfie
with Rick too.
Rick, get back up here. Zazu, you have to smile.